Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. Back to winter in the forecast here. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We have 2 rounds of snow, a little bit of sleet out there as well. First round's tonight. That's going to be the most significant. Second round will be tomorrow night. First round brings 5 to 9 inches of snow. That extends into tomorrow morning. Let's highlight, about 8 p.m. to about midnight for start time. End time will be 9 a.m. to noon tomorrow. That will be the end time of round number 1. In that first round, we'll get 5 to 9 inches. There'll be a defined break, which is clouds, maybe a few flurries during the afternoon. And then round number 2 arrives tomorrow night. I think about 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. it moves in, and it moves out probably between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. on Friday. We'll outline those times in more detail in just a little bit, but that second round is a lot less significant, but it's probably a coating to maybe 3 inches of snow. That second round tomorrow night. In addition to that, we have some cold temperatures to talk about. We're back to midwinter temps starting tomorrow. We should be in the teens and 20s on Friday, teens on Saturday. By Sunday, we're back in the 20s again. And it looks like those cold temperatures are going to be sticking around here. So a few things we're tracking, not just the snow, sleet, but the cold temperatures as well. Before we get into the forecast, I do want to say that we have our Make-A-Wish campaign going on right now, our telethon. You can find that. If you're watching us on the Facebook page and the WGME Facebook page or Twitter page or even YouTube page right now, you can probably find that out as we're talking, or maybe just after we talk about this weather forecast here. And that goes on through about 11 o'clock tonight, I believe. But there's a live broadcast going on, and they're taking phone calls for our Make-A-Wish campaign. It's really a great cause, and it's amazing some of these trips that and experiences that are given by the Make-A-Wish Maine Foundation here. All right, let's get into the forecast. Before we get into the forecast for snowfall, let's talk about the cold temps moving in. Hey, we've been getting used to spring-like temps. It's tough to go the other way when you've had a feel, right? Near 20 tomorrow, upper 20s Friday, teens Saturday, 20s Saturday. Monday, we're back near 30. So midwinter temperatures return. I think by the weekend, Saturday morning and Sunday morning, assuming we have a nice fresh snowpack with light winds, we're probably talking about air temperatures below 0. Wind chills will be in the single digits on Friday, single digits in teens at your inland forecast for temperatures there. All right, let's talk about precipitation now. This is not going to be your quintessential nor'easter that comes in with a big wrapped up storm out in the ocean. It's very different from that. What's happening here, we have a few areas of low pressure to our west, and this actual round of snow extends from New England all the way back through the northern plains. So snow is trying to break out right now in southern parts of New Hampshire. Winter storm warnings, they went into effect about 46 minutes ago to be exact. Winter weather advisories areas in the purple here. So the way to think about this, in the warning area, you stand the greatest chance for getting 6 inches of snow or more. In the advisory area, you can expect a little bit less. It's worth mentioning with 2 rounds here, the first round is more significant. Tonight through tomorrow morning, most areas get 5 to 9 inches of snow. An additional coating to 3 inches should be expected with a higher amounts of that to the north tomorrow evening and to tomorrow night. Let's widen things out a little bit further. Oh, I hate when the graphic does that. There we go. Let's widen it out. There it is right there. Okay. We have that snow that extends from New England all the way back to the northern plains here. What's happening here, we have one area of low pressure right here. Let's draw it in. And another one back in here. And it's not your typical nor'easter or anything like that. In fact, it's far from that. Instead, we have these 2 systems that will be slow to move through our region with a defined lull during the afternoon tomorrow. There probably will be a period where it's just cloudy, maybe a few flurries here and there. But I think most of tomorrow from, I would say, late morning on is going to be just fine. Just going to be cloudy with some flurries and snow showers. And it's worth mentioning that this is going to be a very manageable snow. I don't think this is a blockbuster storm or anything like that. Even in areas that get 10 inches of snow, this is going to be a manageable system because it's going to be kind of long and drawn out. We have the overnight round tonight and a second little round tomorrow night, and you'll get a chance to clean things up here. Kids are off from school, buses are not on the roads, things are in pretty good shape in that aspect here. All right, what can we expect? Well, round number 1's moving in tonight through tomorrow morning. I think the first round comes to an end 9 a.m. to noon. Notice there's some sleet in southern New Hampshire. It's a fluffy snow for us here in most of southern and central Maine. York County is a little bit of a question mark, how much sleet gets in there. Round number 2 will be less significant. That will be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. it moves in, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. it moves out. And that's tomorrow night into Friday morning. Friday should feature some sun. It's going to get a little windy out there, and temperatures will be in the 20s. Wind chills will be in the single numbers and teens on Friday. I don't know about you. I want to go skiing on Friday. And if you bundle up, I think you'll be in good shape here. Outdoor plans, maybe you want to play in some fresh snow. I think we're in good shape. You're just going to have to pretend it's midwinter again as far as the temperatures go. Let's go through time here on Storm Tracker. Here we are midnight tonight. Those dark shades of blue indicate some solid and heavy bands of snow. Now, those of you up in the northern eastern parts of Maine, you're probably still waiting on it at 11 midnight tonight, and you're not going to get as much precipitation the farther north you are as southern areas will get. Notice a little bit of sleet trying to mix in down into York County, southern parts of New Hampshire, and that should hold our totals down just a little bit here. I think in that window that I just drew is probably going to be about 5 to 8, 5 to 9 inches, somewhere in there. Most areas in this region right in here probably get 8 to 10. That's my guess. And 10 to 12 in this region right here. We'll talk about that in more detail in a moment. Here's that lull I was telling you about, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. In fact, it starts probably at noon through about 6 or 7 p.m. I don't think anything's going to go on. There might be some flurries and snow showers here and there. But if you want to go out and about, yeah, my blessing. It's just kind of cloudy for a lot of areas and chilly. And the wind's not going to be much of an issue either. So it should be a nice evening. Actually, kids are off for vacation. They should go skiing tomorrow. Bring up to Shawnee Peak or something. That'll be fun. Actually, if I had the day off, that's what I would do. I would go night skiing tomorrow, I think. Or maybe afternoon skiing. I don't know. I think they do that pass where it starts at 3 p.m. at Pleasant Mountain. I said Shawnee Peak. Sorry about that. Pleasant Mountain. But Sunday River, Sugarloaf, or anywhere you want to go. Weather should be good for skiing. Again, kids are on vacation, so good news there. All right, second round moves in tomorrow night. I think Storm Tracker's having a hard time picking up on some of that sleet. And I think there will be some sleet in southern areas here. We'll keep an eye on that, but that should hold totals down a little bit. Best chance for another 1 to 3 inches will be in this region here. So those of you that miss out on the first round in extreme northern Maine may miss out on a lot of the first round. You're going to get it in that second round. However, that second round is going to be less significant. Friday morning, sun's back. Looks good. It's going to be chilly. Temps by afternoon should be in the 20s. Wind chills will be in the single digits and teens. So Friday looks pretty good here, but colder. All right, snowfall amounts. I didn't want to make any major changes. I think we're in pretty good shape here. I think we're probably going to see at least lower snowfall ratios and a little bit of sleet mix in this region here. We're going to go from 3 to 6 inches in southern parts of New Hampshire, up to about 5 to 9 inches for some areas here going into York County. Let's try to get rid of that. And that may try to get up into southern Cumberland County as well. I think the Portland area is either on the upper end of the 5 to 9, lower end of the 8 to 12. Now, do I think we're going to get 12 inches in this area here? No, we're probably 8 to 10 inches of snow in that region there. Best chance for the upper end of that region, I would say from the west side of Sebago Lake, Bridgeton, you're involved in that, Sebago, going back to Freiburg, maybe Casco. But going up to Waterford, perhaps, Harrison, these areas, get back through the hills, Oxford Hills, going back to Farmington, Wilton, Jay, up to Carabasset Valley, Rangeley, Kingfield, back to the White Mountains. These areas will probably be on the upper end of that 8 to 12. And there'll be some pluses in the mountains. There'll be some areas that get over 12 inches, I think. But in this area this is kind of fun. We can do some fun drawings. Kind of looks like a duck, doesn't it? We are looking at probably less, about 8 to 10 inches there, 5 to 9 inches here. And you're just going to get less precipitation the farther north you go. But it's going to be a fluffy snow. So if this is a typical storm in this region here, if this is a typical storm, I would say most areas get 6 to 10, maybe 5 to 9 area wide. But you probably saw how cold it's going to get. So instead of like a 10 to 1 ratio or 12 to 1 ratio for liquid to snowfall, we're probably going to get 15 to 1s here. And that will be overnight to tomorrow morning. So these areas, assuming we can cool things off tonight and get some higher ratios, there'll be a lot of areas around 10 inches of snow in that window right there. So that's how I think it's going to go down. We'll see. Here's the thing. This is not a blockbuster storm. It's really going to have to get to be a fluffy snow for us to reach those values to the north. So if it doesn't, most areas get 5 to 9. That's the end of it. It's one of those. Either way, though, it's a plowable snow. 7-day forecast calls for the snow and sleet tomorrow. We're talking Friday featuring mostly cloudy skies or partly sunny skies. It's going to be a little windy, temps in the 20s. Look at those lows dipping around 0 heading into Friday night. And again, Saturday night. I think there'll be some light accumulations possible Sunday, maybe an inch or two here and there, and some light snow and snow showers. It's worth watching this Monday night, Tuesday situation. Right now, I think the best dynamics with that storm may end up being just to our south. But that one should bring some snow. And I think right now looks to be a plowable snow still. Another storm moves in later next week. We are in a pattern right now where I would plan on a storm every 3 days, 3 or 4 days, somewhere in there. And it could be one of those late Februarys and Marches to remember around here. It looks like we have an active pattern, a very cold pattern as well, certainly by late February standards. You knew we were going to pay the price, right? I mean, look at these temperatures. I mean, this is ridiculous. We were getting used to 50s for highs. And that spring feel, I was boiling sap today for, we do just with the kids, we make a little maple syrup at home. But the sap was flowing crazy today. It did a great job flowing today, and that's on hold. Maple sugaring season is on hold now for at least a week or two. I mean, that sap's going nowhere. It's not going to be flowing at all. All right, let's take a look at some of your questions. Hopefully, I've answered most of them for you tonight. Thanks for everybody checking in. I appreciate that. Excited for more snow finally. Desiree, hey, Desiree, nice to see you. Thank you for checking in tonight. First coffee on the way into school for snow removal. Oh, wait a minute. We have school tomorrow. Coffee first on the way into school for snow removal. Okay, Scott, sounds good. Maybe Scott lives in New Hampshire. I think school's on vacation right now. Or maybe I'm just missing the joke. But looks like should be coffee. I like the sounds of the coffee, though. First coffee. Sounds good. Oh, maybe it's college. All right. I mean, they're not in school vacation this week. You can clarify for that for me, Scott. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Tuesday night, more snow. Everybody's checking in. This is great. Hello, Darlene from Brunswick. All right, nice to see you here. So Tuesday night, more snow. No, Monday night, Tuesday. Michelle. Yeah, it looks like Monday night, Tuesday. Sorry about that. What time is it starting tonight? 8 p.m. to midnight. That's when it starts. Depends on where you are. South, 8 p.m. or 8 or 9 p.m. North, from Central Maine North, it's more like midnight for you, Foster. Please make that pattern go away. I'm with you. Come on, you got to have a little fun. Are we at risk of being poisoned by toxic chemicals in Ohio? Oh, no. I think we're in good shape there. No, you can go out. You're good to go, Pamela. Good question, though. I've heard a lot of people, worried about that. That's not an issue in our area. Steering currents have not been favorable for us getting any air masses from Ohio. And even then, it'll be long gone by now. All right. Coffee first. Wait, all right. Chris says, good day at Sunday River. Yes. Oh, if I had time off, I'd go to Sunday River and I'd go skiing with you, Chris. That would be fun. Maybe this weekend, though. I'm going to take my youngest daughter wants to go skiing. I told her I'd take her maybe Sunday. See, Sunday's the best day at Sunday River. You want to know why? Because the folks from Massachusetts go home around midday because they have a 5-hour drive. That's one thing I've noticed. So if you go on Sunday, you have the place to yourself during the afternoon, as long as you ski the last chair. But, so Sunday's the day there. We'll see. I love Sunday River. Hope you have a good time. Send me pictures if you're going. All right, Pam. Pam doesn't like that, I don't think. Hey, it's Mark Dunn. What's up, Mark? Oh, Mark, all right. Down your way, it's rain. Actually, you know what? Next week, Mark, you need to keep an eye out for this Monday night, Tuesday situation. You might get some snow down there in that storm. So keep an eye on that one. Thanks for checking in, Mark. Hope things are good with you. Tell Lisa I say hi. How much in gray? Good question. Gray. I'm going to go 8 to 10. How's 8 to 10 sound, Cindy? How much in Skowhegan? 5 to 9. Actually, Skowhegan. What did I put Scow? Yeah, Skowhegan's in the 5 to 9. Ginny. Hope that helps. Zach says, how much at Loon? Oh, I know. I have a buddy skiing at Loon today. I think Loon gets 8 to 12. Yeah. Us custodians are. Oh, yes. All right, Scott. I got you now. All right. I'm like, wait a minute. Kids are off from school, but the custodians are busy. My bad. All right. Yeah. Yep. Head off to school. Grab a nice cup of coffee tomorrow. How much snow in Mechanic Falls? 8 to 12. How's that? 8 to 10. I think most of the 12s will be reserved for the hills and mountains, but Mechanic Falls is close. I think you're probably 8 to. Let's go 8 to 10 for you, Jessica. Deborah. Hello, Deborah. Hi, Cindy. Hello to you. Heck, 12-inch. Christina, there won't be many 12s in that area. I don't think there'll be a lot of 12s. There'll be a lot of 8 to 10s. Oh, Susan did a donation. All right, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Yes, thank you, Susan. What a great program. We're actually just finishing it up right now, our broadcast, but they're taking, I think, donations for the Make-A-Wish of Maine through about 11 o'clock tonight. That's what I was told, I think. You can find all that information on our website. And it's actually streaming live right now on WGME Facebook page, YouTube, Twitter as well. Let's go back. Let's go back to this for a second here. Let's go. I want to go back to the radar real quick. See how close that rain is. Snow is, I mean. There we go. Hey, Barbie's checking in. One of our regulars. Appreciate that. Calm before the storm. Oh, the wet bulb temperature. Okay. Yeah. So wet bulb temperature helps us determine the dew point temperature, which can determine rain changing to snow sometimes. This is one of those situations we probably don't need to worry about the wet bulb temperature. I used to work at the Mount Washington Observatory. We had a sling psychrometer, and we'd always take the wet bulb temperature and the air temperature, and from that we could convert to a dew point temperature. But yeah, wet bulb temperature is very useful in determining, if you're starting with rain changing over to snow, that type of situation. Won't get into that tonight, but yeah, Ryan's the man. Ryan's a stud. He did a weather update earlier this afternoon, and I appreciate him doing that. Tuesday, yes, Janice, Tuesday. I think we have a plowable snow coming in Tuesday. That's down the road though. Monday night, Tuesday. The best dynamics in that storm may end up being just south of us, though. All right. Maine Lions Organization will be granting 2 Maine Make-A-Wish for 2 kids in April. Awesome. Best news I've heard all day here, Scott. What a great program. Some of these stories from these kids are heartbreaking, and and just to see the organization make their dreams come true is pretty fascinating. It's pretty awesome. So thank you for that. Sydney, how much at 7:30? That's how much I am. Oh, okay. I thought you were asking how much at 7 o'clock in the morning. Sandra, okay. So how much? 73. All right. Yeah, you don't want to shovel, Sandra. Yeah, we get somebody else to shovel for you here. But up in Sydney, you're not going to get that much. I don't think you get as much. Actually, the weather service. No, that's still the same. Let's try to find the graphic that I'm talking about. Up in Sydney, yeah, you're probably 5 to 9. I think you're in a little bit better shape than areas west of you. I think the jackpot in this one, if you're just joining us, the jackpot in this one, if we get any 12s, it's going to be in this area right here. Right there. I think this area right in here. That's the 10 to 12 right there, I think. And this is probably 8 to 10. This is 5 to 9 or 5 to 8, somewhere in there. 5 to 9, farther off to the north. I don't know. But that's kind of the map we've been running with the last few days. I don't really see much to change in this one. So Glenn says we're getting 2 feet. Oh, I hope not. That's not my forecast. Hey, Mark at least a laugh. That's great. All right, 8 to 10 in gray. Yeah, 8 to 10. I think that's a great one, Carol. Let's go 8 to 10 in gray. Good call. See, I don't have to do the forecasting. Carol, you're in charge. 8 to 10. Hope, I appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words. Augusta. Augusta. I bet Augusta gets upper end of 5 to 9. 5 to 9 for you, I think. Although I technically have Augusta here in the 8 to 12. I don't know. I think it's going to be 5 to 9 for you in Augusta. Westbrook, 8 to 10. Jen. Everybody wants to know when it's going to melt. Julie says when the temperature is going to be back to melt the 8 to 12. Oh boy. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's going to be a while. I think it's back to winter. That's the way it looks. All right. Sorry. Hello from York. Hello, Becky, one of the regulars here. Nice to see you here. Scott, will it be wet enough for a snowman? No. Fluffy snow. It'll be dry snow. I don't think we're going to get much. I think it's going to be pretty fluffy going into the day tomorrow. So those of you that get sleet, though, it'll be a little heavier. That'll be to the south. I'm going to... Oh, Zach. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, at 4 a.m. Yeah, you'll have to clear the car off at 4 a.m. Gets going the next couple hours. All right, let's just run through the timing of this one more time. I think we're losing people here. I'm blabbing. Sorry, everyone. Hello, Nay from Millbridge. I love Millbridge. Nice area up there. Oh, Scott's in New Hampshire. Exeter Middle School. Vacation starts in 3. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Maine in Massachusetts is this week, right? And then next week, Scott, is New Hampshire. Yes, good there. It is vacation time. I hope you have a good school vacation next week. School vacation in Maine this week. All right, so if you're just joining us, 8 p.m., which is where we are right now, to midnight. That's start time. End time tomorrow is 9 a.m. to noon. There'll be a solid break midday and afternoon, just clouds and snow showers, clouds and flurries, we'll call it. And then second round moves in 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is midnight. It's a bad pause that I put in there, but 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Back edge moves out 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Friday, and then the sun returns. So there it is, 2 rounds. First round's 5 to 9 inches, an additional coating of 3 inches with a second round. So a pretty manageable snow event. I do not think that this is going to be a blockbuster storm. No reason to get too excited about it, but I think it'll be enough to make things white again, enough to bring the plows out, and clearly enough to make a few people unhappy here that we're heading backwards here from spring weather back to winter weather. And it's going to get cold. Wind chills Friday, single digits and teens. All right, folks, let's leave it at that. Hope everybody has a nice night. Check out the Make-A-Wish stuff going on right now on our page on Facebook and also on Twitter and YouTube. And more updates on Fox 23 at 10, CBS 13 11. Take care.